Going to start off with trying to figure out the best way this I was trying to lay out the one I had originally. Okay, so what I see here is it's starting out with the victory cards. Now I don't want to say there's nothing to be victorious about because they're all sort of minor arcana for you this month, but I would say you're feeling overall a certain sense of recognition, and there's something here about a victory or public acknowledgement getting more attention. But this is where Leo energy thrives because this is your moment of success or leadership. Now, I'm going to just sort of how I do my. Again, this is for whoever this resonates for. If it's not your story, it's not your story. Check back. But for the current energy for Leo in the month of November, I see most of it as just minor sort of things that you're dealing with. There may be something here of research or some kind of inquiry or curiosity. We'll get into the details of that as well. Hanged Man, some kind of stuck energy that seems to be around emotionality, could be around masculine as well, or around Pisces, Cancer, Libra, or Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. A lot of water energy here. And again, these are all small arcana. And then, of course, we have the bottom of the deck, which is the Three of Swords. So we are dealing with conflict, heartbreak, something like that you seem to be getting over. But we'll go through all the clarifiers here in just a moment. But I do feel like you are to upscale your life in some way in the material sense as well. So what I see again with the Six of Wands is there's recognition, victory. Like I said, there's something here about a moment of success or leadership, people starting to notice you in this period. We also have some kind of, it's around your efforts for something that you do that you're good at, I would say, with the Magician, because you have the tools, skills to manifest the things you want, but this is really highlighted. So it's about your personal power. I feel like you are taking deliberate action to really make something happen, whatever that is for you. Now, there is also the card of justice here. So it could be in regards to a legal matter that you've had some success in. But there is definitely a strong energy around shaping the outcome to, one that's going to be like a cause and effect situation that's been anchoring you in a fair decision, where there's been a significant impact. Maybe there was karma at play here as well, but whatever you put out is being returned to you in a fair way because something has been done properly here. So there's something here about a success in regards to that. So like I say, your predominant area of focus I would see is around your self-empowerment and certainly around your life direction. So I feel like you're also being called to combine your personal power or your creativity, your integrity, all of that in around making a decision that aligns with your values and stepping into that recognition for others. But overall, I feel like your energy is really good for this period in the month of November, because not only do you have a victory, and again, could be, hi, Julio. Not only do you have a victory in some kind of legal situation, but there is an upscale with the Three of Pentacles in regards to money. Could be a collaboration working with other people, something to that effect. But either way, it's a career collaboration and something of a new project that's coming in for you in the month of November. And it will rely on teamwork, new initiatives, anything that's going to boost your status or your income. And again, that's for Leo. I also feel like you have a new idea or something that's in the works here as well. Because the Ace of Wands is also creative energy, but it's also inspiration, something that is kind of rising to a readiness to begin, especially when it's to the Three of Pentacles stage. That means there's something that's ready to be taken to the next level. So I feel like you are persevering here but that collaboration is what's going to be required to move it to the next level overall. I would also say, you know, because we have the Seven of Wands in there, that's a be proactive card. It's also a card of defense, persevere, to get you to that position. But I feel like the competition around what you're doing is challenging, but it doesn't mean you're not going to rise, because I feel like you have the courage to sort of defend your ideas or your position, that kind of thing here, to kind of get it to the next level. So overall, be proactive, strategic. Make sure that you do the right things, integral, network, showcase your talents. Don't shy away from leadership. And I don't think that's really what you do anyway. You tend to be more out there for, in front and center, Leo. But overall, I do feel like your financial gains are tied to some kind of initiative or collaboration, because this is going to upscale. you in some way. And again, it's a new idea. You're having to do a little bit of work possibly here with the Page of Swords research to kind of get it to that level, but either way, it's here. So as far as relationships, I would say, and your emotional life, there is something here with the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. So that Three of Swords is most likely where that area of your life is impacted. So I do feel like that is where the heartache or the issue around, the heart space is the disappointment. There's something here about, it's likely tied to letting go or facing a truth or something like that. But either way, it's an energy shift to move away from, something that you feel like, you can't do anything about, you can't change it. You're making an emotional shift. It's a up or leaving an unfulfilling situation, something like that, Leo. But I would still say you're facing a truth here because that's why you've got this emotional shift with the Eight of Cups and the Seven of Wands. I feel like you, hi Saunders Key, or Saunders, sorry if I mispronounced, guys. But I do feel like your advice here is it's emotional growth that's important, and I do feel like overall, listen to your intuition, act with integrity very strongly here in terms of your relationships. Your healing will come from, being able to release the things you can't control. And that's what we have with the Eight of Cups here. So, and because of that healing of the energy, especially with the Three of Swords, the heart space, some kind of relationship dynamic has not been good. But the King of Cups could be a lot of water energy coming through here again. So very strongly for whoever it resonates for, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Mature energy. But with the Hangman, this also tells me that there's something here about, reflecting, pausing, seeing things from it. You have to change your perspective and able to go forward here. So don't move fast. This is more of a pause key to surrender to the process, allow things to heal. You did have the Page of Swords out there, which was also that curiosity sort of card where you gather the information. You're open to new learning at this time, and I feel like you will be communicating more clearly. So just be careful about misunderstandings, even though I feel that you will be able to convey your message or your point better. Just remember to balance the action because that's what the Magician is. And with the Hangman, that's the reflection. So not every battle needs to be fought. Some require some patience and some insight. So I feel like, the high points for this month for you are really in around, recognition and public success. And again, that could be around a legal matter or something contractual, but either way, it feels like there's more emotional maturity. There is also a deeper connection between a lot of water sign energy, King and Queen of Cups there. So it could be just somebody who also represents with those characteristics, but it's certainly more of a nurturing with the Queen of Cups, emotional based, that kind of thing. These ones are the Tarot of Curious Creatures. Sorry, I was looking for my little book, but I don't have it handy. But okay, this is a little bit tattered, but anyway, that's what it is. It's Chris Ann, Tarot of Curious Creatures. But anyway, yeah, so that's the cards there. But I do feel like the high points are that there's more emotional maturity, deeper connection between a connection, again, romantic or otherwise, or somebody who's very important to you. But there is also a letting go or a release of the pain, the baggage, and the control aspects, something like that. But I feel like there is a new level, a new beginning in a career as well, or a creative project, some new idea that's come to you. The low point would be where you have the caution. And again, that's where we have the Three of Swords. It is still around the heart space. So it is something here about disappointment emotionally. I feel like there may have been some heavy responsibilities or standing around or standing your ground in conflict because of that Seven of Wands. So again, you have the need to pause, and that was with the Hanged Man. And thank you for the hearts. But there is a need to pause here and reassess before you make any major life decisions. So I feel like for you, Leo, in November, it's about kind of claiming your power or reclaiming your power back, staying true to your heart and your values, teamwork, collaboration for anything on the career front. Take initiative. You have a chance to really be front and center and develop some, higher profile. Hi, Isa. And we also have you sort of standing tall, acting with integrity. And again, that's where the Justice card came in. So that's really important for you in this read, to be integral in whatever it is you do. There is that Triumph card, and I definitely feel like, sorry, I'm just checking out something here. Anyway, I do feel like overall you can, you have this chance to sort of reflect on what the situation was in regards to a connection. And once you change your perspective, I feel like that's where things can deepen. So you're putting sort of the past behind you, and I don't feel like you're really walking away, because I mean the other cards did show that there was a heartbreak or situation of heartbreak, but it's almost like there is that reconnection or a deepening because of the misunderstanding. It's been being worked through. It feels like it requires emotional honesty and straight straightforward talk about the situation. But that's how I see it unfolding for you. Again, it feels like there's some highs and some challenges, but there's also some breakthroughs here that I see. But overall, I do feel like you are still acting in your integrity. It's going to draw some attention to you. You're getting over some heartbreak in a connection. Some public success or some recognition or attention is on you, like I said, and you're upscaling something of a career move and still doing some research on the new idea, but you're figuring out how to coordinate and bring other people into this to make it better for yourself. Oh, what made me want to do tarot? Well, it's actually it's awful to say, but my dad had passed on. Um, and I just felt like I needed something more spiritual to kind of connect to. And my mom has also passed recently. So, yeah, just a lot of things that kind of impact you. And I think that I just needed a deeper connection to life in some way. So, tarot is really just a tool. I think, a lot of us have, especially when we're drawn to tarot. Oh, thank you. But especially when we're drawn to tarot, I think, it's just a tool of divination. It's really storytelling in a sense, it's creative. I love stuff like that. Um, so because of that, like I said, I feel that I probably need to slow it down some more so I could get more insights. Like I say, I probably will do that over time. I just haven't had a lot of time lately. So, but yeah, thanks for asking. But I do try to do a couple of reads for people just as I can. I generally like to keep myself overly busy to just who I am is what I do. But yeah, your cards are looking pretty good there, Leo. And I will try to do some other ones here for a couple of other signs. But thanks for stopping in, guys. Really appreciate that. So anyway, I'm going to shorten this one here for Leo. And again, remember, it's not how good you are, it's how good you want to be. Keep moving forward.